The first thing that shocks people about the Isle of Man is that it shouldn't exist in the modern world. Think about it. We live in an age of speed cameras, strict traffic regulations, and safety measures everywhere. Yet here sits a small island between England and Ireland where one of the world's most famous motorcycle events still takes place on ordinary public roads. Not purpose-built racetracks, public roads. The same roads people use for daily life become racing circuits capable of producing speeds that would make most drivers grip their steering wheels a little tighter. For someone like Henry Cole, who has spent decades immersed in motorcycle culture, the Isle of Man represents something rare: authenticity. It isn't a theme park for motorcycle fans. It isn't a carefully manufactured experience. It's real. The villages are real. The roads are real. The history is real, and that authenticity is exactly what draws enthusiasts back again and again. But the roads themselves hide a secret that makes the Isle of Man even more remarkable. The legendary TT Mountain Course is unlike anything else in motorsport. It's over 37 miles long. To put that into perspective, many famous racing circuits around the world could fit inside it multiple times. When Henry Cole discusses the Isle of Man, one thing becomes clear. The course isn't just a road. It's almost a living character. Every corner has a story. Every section has a reputation. Every landmark means something to riders. What makes the course so intimidating isn't just its length. It's the variety. One moment you're passing through villages. The next you're climbing mountain roads. Then you're sweeping through bends surrounded by countryside. A rider must remember hundreds of turns while traveling at extraordinary speeds. That's like trying to memorize an entire city while someone continuously presses the fast-forward button. And yet, generation after generation, riders continue accepting the challenge. The question is why? The answer reveals something fascinating about Henry Cole's admiration for the event. Many television presenters visit famous locations once, make a program about them, and move on. Henry Cole isn't that kind of presenter. His passion for motorcycles isn't something he switches on when the cameras roll. It's genuine. That's why the Isle of Man resonates so strongly with him. The island represents motorcycling in its purest form. There are no gimmicks, no artificial drama. The excitement comes from the machines, the riders, and the incredible history surrounding them. When Henry meets riders, mechanics, collectors, and longtime fans on the island, he's connecting with people who genuinely live and breathe motorcycle culture. And let's be honest, motorcycle enthusiasts can spot a fake from about 3 miles away, possibly 4 if the wind is favorable. The reason audiences enjoy watching Henry in places like the Isle of Man is because he approaches the experience as a fan first and presenter second. But the people who live on the island have stories that are even more remarkable, and some of those stories stretch back over a century. One of the most astonishing things about the Isle of Man is its history. The TT races date back to the early 1900s. Think about how much the world has changed since then. Cars changed, technology changed, communication changed. Yet the island's connection to motorcycle racing remains incredibly strong. For Henry Cole, history is often just as interesting as the machines themselves. A motorcycle isn't merely metal and rubber. It's a piece of a larger story. The Isle of Man is filled with those stories. Stories of innovation. Stories of determination. Stories of riders who pushed the limits of what was believed possible. Walk around the island during TT season and you're surrounded by living history. You'll meet people whose families have attended the event for generations. You'll hear tales that never made television broadcasts. You'll discover legends that have become part of local culture. It's like opening a history book where every page suddenly starts talking back to you. And speaking of local culture, that's where things become even more surprising. Most people assume the biggest attraction is the racing. They're only partly correct. The real magic often comes from the people. One reason Henry Cole enjoys exploring places like the Isle of Man is because extraordinary communities form around shared passions. During TT season, visitors arrive from all over the world. Different countries, different backgrounds, different professions, yet they're united by a common love of motorcycles. It's one of the few places where complete strangers can start a conversation about engines, suspension setups, or classic bikes and suddenly become friends. Try doing that at a supermarket checkout. Although if you find someone discussing carburetor tuning while buying potatoes, you've probably found a motorcycle enthusiast. This sense of community creates an atmosphere that many visitors never forget, and once you've experienced it, ordinary motorcycle gatherings can feel a little less exciting. But there's another reason the Isle of Man leaves such a lasting impression, and it has nothing to do with racing. Here's something that often surprises people. The Isle of Man isn't only about the TT. Far from it. The island offers stunning coastal scenery, rolling countryside, historic sites, and beautiful roads that attract riders throughout the year. Henry Cole has always appreciated the journey as much as the destination. The Isle of Man rewards that mindset. Even when racing isn't taking place, the roads remain legendary. The landscapes remain spectacular. The atmosphere remains unique. Many visitors arrive expecting a motorsport destination and leave realizing they've discovered much more. It's an island filled with character, the kind of place where every road seems to lead to another memorable view, the kind of place where a simple motorcycle ride can become the highlight of an entire trip. And perhaps that's the biggest surprise of all. The Isle of Man isn't memorable because of one race. It's memorable because of everything surrounding that race. When people talk about Henry Cole and the Isle of Man, they're really talking about something bigger. They're talking about passion. They're talking about history. They're talking about a place that has managed to preserve a unique piece of motorcycling culture while the rest of the world changed around it. For Henry, the Isle of Man represents everything that makes motorcycles special: freedom, adventure, community, and respect for tradition. And that's why the island continues to captivate riders, fans, and storytellers decade after decade. Some places become famous. Some places become legendary. The Isle of Man became both. And once you understand its connection to people like Henry Cole, it's easy to see why so many visitors arrive as spectators and leave as lifelong admirers.